Good evening, Nigeria. Always a pleasure to be with you and to bring on an update of matter and what they happen for inside the country. Welcome to Updated Pressures. Another beautiful day to discuss matter we get to do with us for inside our country, Nigeria. The only country where we'll be regional citizens, so we get to call our own. My name is Precious Inye. It is always sweet to my belly to bring on this update. So today we'll go look into all the matter where they happen for Nigeria. As usual, I they bring on an update. But with particular focus on the security for inside the country. If all of una they follow the news, una go know say another Boko Haram bomb blast been happen. We don't claim about 63 lives for inside Borno State. Boko Haram attack kill about 63 people for inside Borno State. But that one not be the only matter we don't happen for insecurity because things wey concern insecurity just they go up and down everywhere. As they talk to you, Katsina State community, that's why they complain. One part of Katsina State talk say, oh, Kaduna bandits, now then they secure us now because as they pay tax to them, they secure us. The other part they talk say no, they need a fit come up for their houses again because of insecurity. In fact, people need a fit go their farms. Insecurity matter plenty. Now, waiting make Zamfara state governor come out contact say as this insecurity, they say these bandits where they cause this problem, all the killing where they kill. Say they know them. Say if I waiting phone, if you talk where them they. But the problem is say because power they come from the top. Then if you tell them give security operatives directives, say they go talk, say they go collect directive from Abuja. So because of that one, ain't no get power for waiting they happen. So he no go fit to do anything. But say if power they in hand, say 2 months, it go end in security. And then a lot of people don't question and also finger APC administration. Say, now since them been one take over from Jonathan, I this insecurity begin plenty like this. So what thing they go do about them? The APC themselves never respond to that accusation. To talk, say no, our hand no dey inside do, or yes, so our hand dey inside. I want to make us make we even bring an expert. Make we come discuss this matter. But before I let you know who him be, make I quickly bring you up to speed with some other headlines and onto matter them when they happen for inside Nigeria. Sharply, then I will bring on an update of this security headlines. So for inside other matter than what they happen, just to bring on an update, strike. Will they die from snake bites? FCT ministers, FCT doctors don't lament state of public hospitals. Say in fact, say the state of public hospital, say it day bad. People kind of wonder, oh, now wait to make our leaders they go there abroad, go collect treatment. Police begin probe into discovery of dead body at National Assembly complex. A person die when body on the rotting for inside our own National Assembly complex. So. Ember months, remain vigilant, report crime, suspicious activities. Please don't they tell you big state people that made it the report matter. Other matter than where they ground. Resist tyranny, protect democracy. COP, that is Coalition of United Political Parties. Now they tell Nigerians, make on no agree make their oppressor. Anything we go make tyranny, make on stop. And 2027, Peter Obi no go be our presidential candidate to factional secretary. Arab Bambi don't they talk that one. Say Peter Obi no go be Labour Party presidential candidate for 2027. Now waiting they don't talk for inside the faction, the other faction of the APC, Labour Party. Peter Obi obedient movement don't clear the air on Aero 5 VC to Imo State. That matter they ground will go look into them. Armed bandits kidnap school principal, woman inside Niger State. You see what we talk about? Bandits wey carry gun kidnap principal and kidnap school principal and other one woman for inside Niger State. That's not part of the insecurity. Meanwhile, Tinubu Fawemi, na be my leader, so I know sabi who Erofai be. Who be this? Governor Obasani wey Erofai make governor. Now they talk this one. Flight disruption. FG orders crackdown on airlines that frustrate passengers. Say any airline will frustrate passenger, disrupt air flight anyhow, so we'll deal with it now. What Tinubu seeks abroad exists in our manifesto. Adebayo, SDP's ex-presidential candidate, now they talk down. That's when they find abroad, it dey inside our manifesto. Meanwhile, Falana don't back Nupeng strike. Don't tell federal government to call Dangote to order. Why Dangote no go let in workers them to join union? Which kind thing be that one? Is they good? Lagos church attack, APC acting like terrorist organization. ADC don't slam APC. Why you go attack ADC members then we won't get event for inside the church compound? Waiting do you? IPOB to federal government, stop linking Kanu with EKPA, release him unconditionally. That's what they talk. Pengasin backs Nupeng, threatens shutdown of Dangote refinery. That one said this. So it will be very hard time for Nigerians if they just shut down fuel supply. Meanwhile, considering Natasha and Akpabio matter, Natasha to resume Senate after London trip. My lawyer, now you don't talk down. So she will resume work after all the 6 months. So it be like say you don't reach. Man found inside car at National Assembly. Police launch investigation. I don't tell another matter already. SSS don't ask Meta, that is the owners of Facebook and Instagram, say make them deactivate your Facebook account for criticizing Tinubu. How dare you call Tinubu a liar? How dare you say that he lied by saying corruption has ended in Nigeria? Is that a lie? Did corruption not end? How dare you say so? Say make them deactivate your account. People don't they suspect say trouble feeding in paradise because Speaker Tajudeen Abbas don't throw away talk. He don't talk say Nigeria debt crisis. Say don't dey alarm say the kind gbese wey we don dey owe for Nigeria don't dey too much. Say we must reject reckless borrowing. Now people say, hey, huh? Not be una follow dey approve the borrowing. Say we must reject wetin reckless borrowing. But not be una dey approve am every day. This one why Abbas dey talk like this. It's all good in paradise. Well, thank you so much for joining us. That the matter they will good we don't happen for inside Nigeria this, but joining me for inside the studio now Oga will be saying Sabi well and then you will follow me to talk about things and when they happen for inside Nigeria. Make a quickly introduce them to into the house because you know a person will be saying an ex-soldier too and in don't follow fight for the cause of Nigeria before. Dr. Ambassador Ohidieve Oimen Roy, now they join us into the studio, INB security expert and national secretary of retired members of Nigerian Armed Forces. Now they join us for the studio. Good evening, sir. Thank you so much for obliging me. Sorry, say I panic you. Can't let small me bully you. Come, come. Thank you. If they see the distance between your height and my height, they will know why it is almost impossible for me to bully you. Thank you so much.
Thank
Thank
you,
you so
Ma.
much
It's
for
always
stopping
a
by.
pleasure. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. So make I just run through some headlines will be very disturbing, especially as international news reports carry on about Nigeria. Both CNN or BBC. But I just talk two, just two. This one Al Jazeera and DW own. Al Jazeera say dozens of people killed in assault on village in Nigeria's Borno state. Meanwhile, DW, German, news outlets carry on say jihadists. Did you hear the word? Jihadists killed dozens in Nigeria's northeast residents nine talk like that. Now, other security headlines and we be say diagram if you look at Kaduna communities cry out as bandits attacks, kidnappings, ravage Kachia. Again, gunmen kidnap APC chairman's wife and daughter. The rain, not only one person roof, it fall. Rep condemns killings in Kaduna local government area, urges calm. And then Dara Jamal attacks. Shetima restates Tinubu's directive for review of military operations. Insecurity, northern leaders demand sack of security chiefs and cabinet overhaul. Say this one, they done too much. United Nations, Atiku Abubakar, Peter Obi, Aling Dume, they don't they vex, they rage over the killing of 63 Borno people. They demand probe into this killing. Armed bandits again kidnap school principal woman for inside Niger State. Which one we go talk? Which one we go leave? All this now part of headlines of insecurity will consign our country in recent time. And in the midst of this, people they complain, say, not be all the insecurity matter will happen with government they even talk about. For instance, most of the killings the way they happen for Benue State and Plateau State. We need to see president or the presidency react to them. Why they need to react to them. But make I just take your opinion for some of these headlines. And what it mean for international communities or international news outlets to call these killings so inside Nigeria, saying by jihadists. What it mean?
Okay. Thank you very much for the opportunity.
Thank you, sir.
You know, if I have my way, eh, I
Hmm.
will I will decline talking about insecurity
Chai, no decline, sir.
because it's going to 15 years. It's going to 15 years. And in that 15 years, if there was a child that was not killed in all the talk that we have been talking, that child supposed to don dey plan to enter university now.
Hmm.
Now this is a country where people's ignorance ignorance of future plans, projection, dey now expose the whole country into poor planning and regret. I dey wonder sometimes how people wey dey office voted into power
Hmm.
or you snatch boss into power even. Let's say you get into power because you wan say you meet rigging. I dey wonder how you go fit travel, transfer money, enjoy, laugh, have quiet time, and when you on news you go just hear say some people die. Then you go call the inspector general of police, you go say, sir, we are making a broadcast very soon. You call
Hmm.
the chief of defence staff, you go say, sir, we are going to make a comment, we are commenting on that very soon. Maybe you never notice say no Lai Mohammed for this regime now.
You think so? People don't
Now
talk say
the
someday. Oh.
the Lai Mohammed wey dey dis regime na
Hmm.
head of institutions, pipo
Hey.
pipo enshrined with responsibilities: judiciary, senate, legislature, house of reps, chief of defence staff, army, navy, air force, IG of police, the other institutions like EFCC, NDLEA, mo na remove dat one. In fact, if I fit go find employment for NDLEA, na I go go.
Ah,
The
ah.
man don break all the records, you
How?
understand. Oh, I go tell you NDLEA matter very soon.
I think say they say Ogamarawa dey work well well, saying don't do a lot of beautiful work.
No, that's what I'm saying. I said if
Okay,
I
great.
can go to NDLEA to make them employ me
Okay, you
now,
go go.
I will be
Mm.
happy sef to work there. Other institutions are now the spokesperson for government. Area boy go stab somebody for Oshodi, collect im bag. Chief of defence staff go come dey make comment for dat kind thing.
Hmm.
People go transfer money laundering through terrorism financing. EFCC no see am, dem go raid one hotel for Enugu, say dem see yahoo yahoo boys for there. The judiciary go prison by themselves. Dem go see inmates when dey illegally detained. Dem no see those ones. Na
Chai.
immediately you arrest bandits, dem go convert am to the radicalization, remove am there, give am uniform, carry am go
Chai.
one quiet place. Right now, as me and you dey talk so, people go still dey die because the system being applied, it is very effective, but it has been made dormant. It's
Hmm.
just like you dey inside jet fighter plane but you no fire am make e move.
Hmm.
All the things that we need to buy to Kano, go train people abroad, everything we don do. All the money they need to release for security intervention, they don release, but the implementation and accountability and governance, that is where the problem dey. So the only reason why you need to survive for Nigeria now is to be a stooge under a godfather,
Hmm.
because the rain dey fall from the godfather roof, na im stooges na e dey reach. When dem don load their phone, dem go jump into internet. Don't talk about government. Government is trying. What about Jonathan? What about Obasanjo? What about? In that same evening, you go chat to Oga. Oga, nothing. No, hey, market hot. Oh, you go send them five
Ah,
k again. Make
ah,
them buy.
Oga Roy, you no vex. You dey try talk say all these people wey dey defend them, wey dey come for platforms, they defend government or they tell people say make they no dey criticize government. Say na payment they pay them. Now wetin they talk?
You be journalist, abi?
It be like
You be journalist. I be journalist. You dey
yes,
get your money from maybe adverts, legitimate things,
yes.
advert or something.
Yeah.
Me too, I dey get my money from advert, or I go interview, or I dey on salary.
Mm-hmm.
Why will I be fighting that the fuel price is stable, even in this time? Why will I be killing somebody that said the president is a criminal, when the same president call other presidents criminal and e dey online? Why will I be saying that this regime is excellent when I know that I cannot pay my pikin school fees if I no call uncle or brother to pay? Why? The permutations are unreal. There is no
Mm.
way. My staff, I
Mm.
don cancel work on Friday many times. Sometimes I go say, okay, give, they go send me list of airtime. I go have to add something to it. I'll cancel the list, increase am again, because
Huh.
I know transport fare from point A to point B for security guard as a company that I run in Nigeria. It has swallowed up the peanuts that we can pay them from the 70% of what client is giving us. The same client cannot pay sometimes, it will run into 10th, 15th. Security guard dey beat. One security guard steal anything for beat, client go hold us. We
Hmm.
go call insurance. Insurance go send loss adjuster. All of those times, people never chop. When they go into crime, you go drag them beyond what you can drag politician. You see Nigeria, the problem no be say we no get police. If you see our soldiers, madam, when
Sir.
I was serving, if dem tell us that time say enter this place, somebody shoot knockout, not be even gone, e no take us, if everybody go dey shout morale, we wan go. Now if you tell soldiers say move, dem go look left, look right first.
You mean say the morale no dey for soldiers again, but you know dey service again. How you take know this one, sir?
People dey come out, you no dey see dem for TV dey beg for money to chop. The one wey
Mm.
dey service, you no dey say I dey beg for treatment.
Okay, so with the common, most of these things where you talk, we go handle them, even go beyond it to even go for the accusation where be say they don't accuse the APC administration as the masterminds of insecurity, and then the one where Governor Dauda Lawal talk say they really know where they live, but it be like say the political will no day to use attack this people. We'll go look at all of those conversations. But first of all, as you don't go mention this Sowore on person we call the president criminal, make I quickly play that thing where President Bola Ahmed Tinubu talk. Waiting they wrong with waiting in talk as the chief marketer of our economy for we go make Sowore go talk that thing when he talk say this criminal do so thing. Make I play make Nigerians hear am again. Maybe you go
It's
take a listen to am
necessary
again
to
second time.
emphasize here
Make you hear well.
that the reform that I've embarked upon since I took over in Nigeria has been very impactful. I can beat my chest for that. It was initially painful, but today the result is blossoming. It's getting clearer to the people. We have more money to the economy, no more corruption. We have the governor of central bank here. You don't have to know him before you get money to the economy. No more corruption. Have more money to the economy. No more corruption. We have the governor of central bank here. You don't have to know him before you get the foreign exchange that you need. The speculators are
Okay.
out
So
in
waiting
our
in talk.
currency
Waiting there
market.
on waiting in talk. He say you no get to know the central bank governor for you to get the foreign exchange where you be say you need. Do you is it that you doubt that that statement is correct? And the fact that he said no more corruption, is that justifiable of this tweet that Shawari tweeted here and said this criminal, even tagging the president, actually went to Brazil to state that there is no more corruption under his regime in Nigeria? What audacity to lie shamelessly. Say for Yoruba land, do they respect elders well, well? So do you think that Shawari did not go too far? Do you think it's now the DSS that is acting too overzealously in trying to clamp down on Shawari or anybody who criticizes the president based on that statement you make?
Well, DSS, their work now for national security. So
Because
Them
they say this
getting
one pose
no
national security risk for Nigeria.
the office of the president is different from Tinubu as you regard it as a DSS, military, police. That office of the president is already a status that is aligned towards your objective, your protective objective. Now, if Sowore go dey talk to the office of the president that the person there is a criminal, that means a criminal is somebody that is a suspect, was brought with evidence to a criminal justice system and convicted. I don't know if I'm correct. Lawyers can answer that. If that person is not convicted, the person is still a suspect. Now, the whole of the drug case during the election and all that could not come out appropriately, as in there was no conviction. US no convict am say don't come back here, you are a criminal, because they know say they are playing politics. Any political
Mm.
leader in any African country today, even in America, once you are aligned towards an advantage, every accusation towards you will be pended until that advantage has been fully utilized. So I read MSc Politics and International Relations.
So
So
you
there
feel
are
say what
some.
make US no they talk anything na because say they need there's an advantage for them and that's why they just come.
What happened to the Tucano where we buy?
Eh, way.
Before we bought that Tucano, they said there was human rights abuses. This, that. We have to clear all those human rights abuses. What was negotiated when you were clearing the human rights abuses? If they say you have human rights abuse, they can't sell weapons to you. Why did they still sell? All the people dying innocently in Nigeria today. Why have there not been a clamp down on international travel for Nigerian political leaders, government leaders? Why no clamp down to say, go back to your country and put it right? People are dying because there are negotiations at every point. The world can negotiate with lives, but there are global advantages that should be taken. That is why Nigeria does not have appropriate negotiations towards certain issues. So if we put Tinubu as a criminal, that means even the criminal justice system in Nigeria is complicit, because they're supposed to profile everything before he got there into power. When he don't reach there into power, sworn in as president, what you say towards him must be limited because he's holding an office. In America, people still insult the president. I don't know if you people don't see it on the news. Citizens of America, they still insult the president. So
They need
there's
arrest
no
now.
no be una matter now we dey talk. Na our matter we dey talk. So when he reached to a point where Sowore is saying that if there are other people that have evidence, they can bring it out. Where are the evidence to portray him as a criminal? So to me, everything is suspect. But one thing I want to tell Sowore is this: all the politicians in Nigeria, they are in the same carcass, except a few of them. If I call Precious today, I go tell Precious, say, where you dey now, SDP. Please, can you port to PDP and make it a public something? SDP go dey hold meeting. Immediately SDP dey hold meeting, Precious go bang table. No, I disagree. I'm leaving. Everybody go dey hold am. I'm leaving. That's why I like APC. He's going to APC. Two other, three other people wey don send dem like 20 million. They go stand up. They are following him to where? APC. At the end of the day, when they port to APC, what they expect to get for the benefit of their people will be distracted into the political quagmire. So before you know what's happening, Nigerian politicians right now are trading Nigerians as the currency of survivability. So a governor go tell you say there's nothing he can do and people are dying. A politician, when people vote into power, will not remember the people again until it is 4 years' time. There is a gap. There is a very dark gap, Precious. That gap is something that Nigerians need to populate and take over. Not by a protest. Not by protest. The people with the buttons that construe this slave trade we are doing in the country, they are with us.
So you feel saying a slave trade
And
today
we
inside this
must
country?
be, we are. The military, somebody just talk about 15 years now. Say military supposed to serve 15 years. But he hit his stick. And that is all. What does the judiciary do to ensure that the system in the military meets global standard, which is dynamic? Because the military was created and fully enshrined when Nigeria had the civil war, and the only thing the military was doing was to protect us against Bakassi and which other country again where we dey fight. Then we start going for peacekeeping, ECOMOG. ECOMOG was hijacked by United Nations to turn to UN peacekeeping again. ECOMOG, our own, we carry and give UN, they give us blue beret. It turned to UN peacekeeping. They collect the glory. Now, all of those things, what our soldiers know is peacekeeping, fighting with Bakassi people, and helping the internal failure of the police. So, when it comes to Boko Haram and terrorism and non-state actors, you're supposed to review the terms and condition of service to
Hmm.
motivate the personnel
So we're not
to
going to use that same I
become.
one that you use fight ECOMOG and keep peacekeeping, use fight Boko Haram. And I suppose, you know, review the terms and conditions and modus operandi so that it would be different to meet the
if I
needs of
am
that moment.
selling, if I am
Hmm.
selling water now, I have boreholes, I sell water. I have trailers that carry water. The safety procedures and approvals I will need will be different if I have a petrol station. I'm selling gas. I'm patrolling with a tanker. Different safety conditions. Right now, the process in Nigeria to be able to explode into crisis anywhere is very volatile.
Wow.
There is no more ember month. You'll say, ember month don't reach, so everybody dey mind themselves. No more. Right now, from January to December, you are talking
Crisis.
even of Katsina. It just happened in Edo State. Are you
Yes, in
not
Edo State
aware?
too. Yes, I am.
New,
I'm aware.
new transport company that was just established in Edo State. Tell me, if we have a transport company that just established in this time, that vehicle is not even supposed to have camera to even see what is going on. We don't impute the right apparatus that will mitigate our exposure, generate intelligence, and
Okay,
create that.
so this talk where you they talk now, make we just conclude with Shawari on the get into that security properly. This talk where they talk now, now the same thing we Shawari argue. Say because these people steal our money, all sorts of corruption. That is cover up waiting they not supposed cover up. So now waiting making call them criminal. Make we hear and when he talk that in the last time when he talk about he's
These
justifying
guys
why he
are
said Tinubu is a
thieves.
criminal.
Can you repeat that again? Can you repeat that again? It's not a crime to call a thief a thief. These guys are thieves. Governors are thieves. Senators are thieves in this country. House of Rep members are thieves. President is thief. Vice President is a thief. Every one of them is a thief. Yes.
The truth is bitter.
So,
This is Tinubu's government. It's Yahoo Yahoo government. So. Do you know who owns Mata? It's Tinubu's mother. That Abiba too. Mogaji, the one that died. They will be the richest people in the world by the time Tinubu has done 4 years. This is not our government. Oh.
Okay.
We
So
have accepted.
if these things ain't complain or anything to go by, if there's any government official who one way or the other don't take land where be say belong to government, don't gain something where they excessively pass the one way be say poor person supposed enjoy, they enough to call them thief. That not an argument be that. And then does it not
No,
justify that the thief is a
everybody
criminal?
gets right to when you call somebody thief, that means the person steals something. See, madam, let me
Sir?
explain my position now. For Sowore, I don't get trauma already when I see people that are vying for government and commenting against government. Now, one of the things that
Hmm.
if a neutral person come now and say this, I will put it on my Facebook. Because
Hmm.
these same people where they power now, precious, from years back, they were also on the streets.
Oh, they said worse too, and now they're
They were
doing
also on
worse.
the street talking
Hmm.
against the government. Now they are in government, they are doing worse.
Hmm.
How are we sure if Sowore becomes president that he will not be worse?
Oh
So
wow.
I am skeptical to carry comments from people that are vying for office. They told Malami, all the people that were sponsoring terrorism and the organizations that were sponsoring terrorism. He came on air to say, I have the list. The next thing, his name joined the list of people vying for president. The
We
next thing,
will.
that list that he had, he didn't hand it over to the next or incoming. We got to hear he got 100 million to pay for form. So all of them, be careful when they start talking. Instead, analyze it independently. Look for your guests. You have a wonderful guest list. I want Nigerians to hear from
Okay.
Nigerians that don't have interest.
Political
Because those
interest.
that have interest, they are singing the same story that we hear before. And it's too traumatic for me.
Hmm.
People have come out before to say Jonathan is a thief, is this, is that. The same people are in power now today. And the same people are still using that same slogan. We are tired of that slogan. Let me tell you what they should do. If you know that Tinubu is a thief, there is what we call WikiLeaks. There are different platforms to carry the evidence and boom it everywhere. Different platforms. Even dark mode. There are so many platforms on cyber platforms where you can present the evidence. Let the people become the judge. So I am afraid to join Sowore to speak because tomorrow is in power. 90% of those under Tinubu will now port. I've been suffering. They don't listen to me. This APC, they are terrorists. They are this. Everybody going to say, yes, yes. I'm going to join Sowore. Sowore will receive them. They will form another government and
And their
start.
sins will be forgiven. All right, so let's get straight down to the security issue. A lot of things that happened for security recently, but one of the biggest incidents we don't happen about insecurity. I mean, apart from about 300 people will die for your water for Benue State. And in less than 3 weeks after that death, 27 people die for inside Bokos for Plateau State. The president till today, and the president never addressed that one. I don't know whether I don't hear them respond about that particular death, And then apart from that, other deaths don't they happen. Then one of the most painful things, I see most of the people where they go come. First of all, those deaths will happen for inside Benue State and Plateau State. The villagers, them where those things happen to blame them on armed headsmen. In fact, the villagers go tell you till today, say most of their communities where they don't run come out, they know they there again. Say people where they occupy them, say that people of a particular extraction of the country. Now they occupy them. Is it too difficult for the security agencies to find out people who occupy those villages where don't they abandoned by the original owners? It did too much for them to find out. So that's on the one hand. And then on the other hand, Aerofy come out that they come talk, say this government, they aid and abet bandits, criminals. That how do you say you're using kinetic and non-kinetic approach? The best thing to do is to kill all of them. Kill them so that the ones who go try remain alive, not the person go tell them make them run come up for that crime, may they no do them again. A lot of people don't blame this administration. In fact, since the inception of the APC administration, say that they use bikini hand, kids glove, they handle criminals. That is, these people they call biggie. So as he talk that one, citing say the government they pay them, bandits them. Government don't deny and say they need to pay them. But then somebody come out, come talk again. The Labour Party vice presidential candidate. He talk a lot of things. He give instances how na APC now even starting security for the country in their bid to take power from Jonathan from 2013 upward. Saying na them. He named the different security challenges we'll face that period. Will lead to in judgment. He even talk about how one particular APC chieftain, which is already known, when in Akawu Baraje, come out, come talk, say the bandits, say na militiamen where they bring from Sahel nations to help them win 2015 election. Make I play some of the things where Oga Dati Baba Ahmed talk. Then make we address this matter. If it is possible, say the APC they complicit for the insecurity for inside this country, and what can we do about it?
Insecurity is part of APC.
Some of them.
Insecurity has been APC's way of... Insecurity is part of APC. Insecurity has been APC's way of getting power. Insecurity has been part of APC's way of staying in power.
Is that fact or just your opinion? The government of the day is part of their life or living is insecurity.
That I'm giving you the facts. Do you remember that a former Nigerian president was attacked by terrorists? Unprecedented, never in the history of Nigeria did that happen. When Nigerian leaders leave, they are liked, they are loved, they are forgiven all their errors and everything. This one, they followed and tried to kill him. Why did that happen? What happened in all the donations leading up to 2015? Why decide to come back and run in 2015 after crying and telling the whole world you're no longer contested? What was the link with North Africa? What was the link with Muammar Gaddafi? He's not alive, but others are alive. There are plans to kill Gaddafi, not in a palace coup, but through uprising. If it fails and you become president, I will retire to your country if you become president. If it doesn't fail, right now, he wanted to create a buffer. So he sent Saif al-Islam, go on YouTube and find out, to Niger with money, cash, millions of dollars in his boot, to recruit Tuaregs to go and fight in Libya. Sent his former general to Mali, why you still have insecurity in Mali. In Nigeria, they gave crazy amount of money to that gentleman. Go and help these people with the intention of bringing them to fight in Libya. When Gaddafi died, they sat on the money. They kept on with the recurrent until after mentioning the name, and then they stopped sending the money. They became... Now, all these things are linked. They wanted Nigeria to burn if Buhari did not become president.
How do we stop the cycle of killings?
Only when you have the right leaders. You can only have the right leaders when you have them truly elected. So long as people will steal an election, so long as people will capture a nation, you will never have security. Most important, most drastic, most horrific is that when that group of people use the tools of insecurity like we have seen in 2015, and it worked, and they achieved what they wanted. And again, they use now, for example, the tools of religion, ethnicity, division within political parties, heavy use of money, security, constitutional abuses and breaches. The law means nothing. Sure, I have not been able to say 10% of what I wanted to
towards the
say.
end of that interview, he talks say he never talk 10% of the things that we want to talk. Apart of what he talk, then he also talks say at a point Boko Haram was to negotiate with government. Remember during Jonathan's administration, and they appointed Buhari then as their representative. Now, what does that tell you? But all of this, does it make any sense to you, sir? I would like to take your reaction before I ask another question.
Okay, let me say this because I've said it before, that the use of political terrorism, I even wrote something about political terrorism. Terrorism itself, it's a strategy to create fear and intimidation in a set of people. Whether you kill some of them, you bomb, you that's why in terrorism you don't kill one person or those, you make sure the numbers are large, the destruction is large, you know. Now
To create fear.
when we started to get politics, remember Nadeco, all those people that were being locked up that time, that they were coming to protest against military regime. They got into detention and liaised with security agencies and become pali pali.
Are you
Now,
serious?
let me tell you, when the
Yes, with the same people they were fighting against.
yes, when the international community started to intimidate Nigeria that military governance is not acceptable, there must not be coup d'etat in African countries. This, that. So it became clear that these people will be released and democracy will be enshrined. Because the military regimes up to Abacha time, with the fall of Abacha, every other military general now saw that you cannot be too big against the world. They will bring you down. And they have brought down so many other presidents in Africa. Now, in the world, not even Africa. Now, when these people were now being given the opportunity to be democratic, what did they do? Became a selfish agenda to agree that we were the lock. Now we get this country. It became an ownership mentality.
Oh, by the
And
same people who said they fought for who fought the military.
so there was a deal, there was an agreement, whether anybody like it or not. I'm saying it, I've said it many times,
Wow.
that the police should be made irrelevant. Why the military should become a relevant negotiation or intervention in insecurity. So retired military generals were given appropriate positions to hold. David Mark was a Senate president for how many years? In all of those years, he didn't do one thing for military veterans. No.
And he was a
In
former
all of
military
in
officer.
all of those years that David Mark was there was killings in Benue.
Yes.
There was killings even in his community in all of those years. Because the power to react is not in your hand, that is in power. The power to react is in the hands of those that gave you power.
Ah. So who be the people who give them power?
There are people in Nigeria that took
Hey.
over the democracy as a personal entity. And whether you are in, where is Wike now? He's in Abuja. He has closed down Port Harcourt, and they sent a military man there. You see how we use the military all the time? Now they are giving the state back to democracy. The same man is not in APC. That's why when you start saying APC, I will just laugh. All those people you see in APC, many of them ported.
Absolutely.
And when they were porting, they ported with an agreement. They
Ah,
had an agenda. It's like, okay, First Bank, UBA, they do their analysis. They see that Precious and Roy, they have a lot of cabal in their account. They have clients, customers. Now, First Bank want to snatch us from UBA. There will be an agreement. In that agreement, I will tell First Bank, I know they use ethical means, so some of those people money are laundered money. Some of those are criminal drug funds. So how do you hide it in UBA? This is how I hide it. They will poach me from UBA to come to First Bank with all those my monies to increase their bottom line, not looking at the unethical means. So when parties want to poach a politician, they don't go for the intellectual. They don't go for the sincere and honorable. They don't need you. They go for those that can do like this, and there will be fire burning in Benue immediately. They go for those that will make one phone call, and there will be kidnapping in Edo, Auchi, Bini Road, Kaduna, Abuja Road, kidnapping.
but is
They
that
will,
not criminal? Is that not criminal? Is that not an act of criminality?
it is political terrorism
Hey,
enshrining violence in the ability to politicize.
so now, do
That
you
is
now
what they
agree? Do
do.
you now agree that that is what that was that based on? Do you agree with that's Baba Ahmed's comment that that was the rise of APC's? That's how APC rose to power by
Okay,
applying political
let
terrorism.
me
Because I'm
reply
waiting in
like
talk
this.
with that.
Let me
Okay.
reply like this
Or now
because
waiting politicians generally they do now they try to talk.
because I don't want to follow what Dati Ahmed said. Let me
Okay,
tell you,
you don't want to
yeah,
streamline it to APC
let me
alone.
tell
That's
you
what you're
where I
saying.
will quote my own from.
Okay.
A bandit, go and check that one online, said they were in the bush, that it is Nigerian politicians that came to give them guns
Guns.
and money. That same bandit that said that has come for like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 negotiations with a sitting government in the territorial integrity of my country, Nigeria. Madam C, do you know what it is for a soldier to see any other person hoist flag within Nigeria territory, carry assault rifle within Nigeria territory? Who will burn that place down? It cannot happen unless there is constraint, intimidation, and coerciveness. Now, that bandit that said that, all of his mates stood behind him. The police were there. The government were there in that negotiation ground. Same man will be caught tomorrow after 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 soldiers have died. That same man will now be kept in a safe place, given clothes to wear, and fed more than those in the camp, in the displacement camp. He will be treated more than the soldier that he shot and he lost his limb. His family will be respected more than the soldier's family that will be kicked out of the barrack. It is a circle of death.
Make such a decision where obviously they not make sense. Why should we? Bringing us back to that issue, what's in there wrong with our decision makers where they need to see, the downside of these things and what they say they talk about?
Now, we have judiciary. Some of them were sincere. Some police officers, they tell people every time about one man where they opposite my father house when I grew up for Benin. Mr. Yokai. Today, in children, thank God they dey where dem dey. But when that man retire, come back to him rented apartment, he didn't come back with funfair. He didn't come back to say, oh yeah, my family, let's move, I don hammer. There were police officers, military officers that served with integrity. So when the glory begins to go to those that are unprofessionally inclined with criminal elements that have criminal advantage over the constitution of Nigeria. So when Nadeko people came out, the only people that were able to hold the fighters for democracy was the judiciary and the military. So all those key generals is to retire them, promote a junior one. When you promote a
You retire the other
junior
ones automatically.
chief of army staff, you retire the other ones. They will be disgruntled, everything. After you know, hear from them again. Why? Phone call. Hello, General Precious. Oga, we are not happy. This thing that happened. No, 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 no. We want you to take over. We want you to come in as a retired officer to handle this or handle this project. We have a covert project for you. So compensation to quiet you, to remove your reactions against unethical governance was key. So those people that we became the civilians that were in power also looked at the judiciary. Now they will tell you, go to court. You go to court, the judge is on strike, the judge is on recess, the case is adjourned for evidence. Go to the police. The police are tired of giving you evidence. The police that we have today, we are carrying condo before with their bicycle, going around the street innocently. Now the police cannot take care of himself if he does not collect from you. Bring money for paper, bring money for logistics, bring money for this before they take care of your case. But go and touch a child of a big man, the IG will commit a team immediately to handle it. So when they saw that the judiciary was a threat, the next thing we began to hear was they saw money in the sockaway pit of Justice Precious. Justice Precious,
Why
they go
not
and
me? The way this give
they go and
example.
confirm they go. The man will be because they give you the money, they tell you to hide it, and they come and arrest you. By the time they are releasing you, other justice that will be promoted to cover your space, somebody is telling them, oh boy, you understand, right? So the presidency now became where appointments can be achieved instead of the Federal Judicial Service Commission, instead of the Police Service Commission, instead of Ministry of Justice. So you can be a lieutenant today and you are strategically promoted to become Chief of Defense Staff in like 5-6 years time, and all your seniors will be retired and make redundant.
And even when you're even of retirement age, your retirement age can be postponed. And they
Yeah,
go
yeah,
talk, say,
because you have not fulfilled. And the same judiciary are the ones that is handicapping so many foreign presidents, even in America. They will tell the president, you can't do this, you can't do this.
I
They will
mean,
be
a
dragging.
typical example now, you're Trump there where you day. We
Yeah,
things we want to, they don't
the
like that door.
president is always, he and the judiciary always on head on.
Heads, yes.
But in Nigeria, the people are only at loggerhead with the judiciary. The
All right,
government is their safe haven.
so going back to the question, that thing where you don't call them political terrorism, where a lot of people don't trace. You know, one trace until 2015, though, because just like that, it talk, and a lot of people don't experience talk and say it be like say the wake of this political terrorism started more, heated up more because of the quest to take over power from PDP within that's the hustle for 2015 election. After 2011 election, say nine the quest come pass. Wait, do you agree with that first of all? If you don't agree, please tell us why you don't agree. And then what can we do to hold the people in power accountable for this thing we be saying at them bring. Because just like you talk now, the people in power now mean say all politicians. Because all these politicians really power at one point in time don't move from one place, one political alienation to the other. So what can we do to hold them responsible? How can we continue like this? It doesn't make sense that innocent people just keep dying and we're doing what we're doing.
Innocent people will continue to die.
Hey,
Now, one thing that I don't agree with that, now 2015, 90 thing start.
okay.
Buhari said there will be baboon and
Baboons
waiting
and
blood.
will be the blood of the baboons and yes.
See, madam, before you do naming ceremony, you go don give the woman belle. She go don pass through all the process of month 1, 2, 3, 4. I
So
think
now
that they call am first term, semester, second
no be
semester.
semester and
But
trimester oga. Hold on now, where?
by the third semester,
Trimester.
the pikin dey come out. They
Uh-huh.
will come give her name.
Mm.
Before that 2015, where Buhari dey say blood and baboon, where this and that people were imported into the country, are you going to tell me that it was not seen as viable
Mm.
before you will boldly say, I will do this? When I tell some people, say, if you push me to the wall and you go unconventional, and I want to go unconventional with you, it will be bloody. And they say those
Mm.
things because I know, say, I get one or two where we don't face death before. When it be say, if wars come to war, why you never see, say, military veterans protest, then go arrest one, lock am, or you can't try it. If you arrest any military veteran where they protest, the ones where you no expect go appear in your dream.
Eh?
The
No,
one,
no, okay. The other day, military veterans, them, retired military officers, and last week, then protest. I mean, I send them warning. Then disperse them, then warn them and they no protest again. Oh,
no,
yeah.
forget all those things we know waiting there. That
Eh,
warning where you dey send them, why you no go there, go throw tear gas? Why you no throw tear gas, tie them, carry them, they go? Go and
eh,
try it with military veterans. Say they are on protest. The best thing for you, go and address them and let them go home. Because the person wey dey power now for army wey wear uniform, na the people wey train am na im dey outside dey talk dem. Dem know where im liver reach. The orderly wey stand dey follow am dey carry pistol. Im papa dey outside there. Im uncle dey outside there. The person wey sign im form take join am, e dey outside there. So the outside is more dangerous than the inside. The outside is the motivation of the inside. Because any soldier wey dey serve today, wey still dey loyal, it is because e see some of us wey stand the test of time. So e go believe, say, one day I go be like Oga Roy, no wahala. I no go thief, I no go kill, I no go become a criminal soldier. So I want to be like, or even if then they suffer, I want to. We are the example of patriotism. Because if I am not patriotic, if I create a training camp for criminal elements in Nigeria, I already know the secret where they go do. But even in the midst of hunger, military veterans, how many of them you don't hear that were arrested, that they arrest bandits, some are retired soldiers. Very few instances that you hear police or this or that because of patriotism. But those in power, they don't want to come out and hear say they cannot pay their children's school fees, or they cannot fly like their fellow leaders where they see the politician. So they are ready to dance to the tune. So
okay.
when they come out, tell you, say, those soldiers wey dey protest are this or that, somebody gave them a script to go and read. And that is the kind of military that you have now. Compromise within the extent of destroying their own.
Hmm.
The police that you have now, all the money being sent to all the headquarters and all the this thing, it doesn't get there. So the police go ask you for money for fuel, go ask you for money for paper, e go ask you for logistics to take go arrest somebody. Where you say the man house dey, e dey so so and so place. Okay, so how are we going there? Oga, my motor. No, we no go use your motor. You go mobilize us.
Hmm.
And that mobilization is because government mobilization not reach there. Dem know say oga collect am. When the oga hear say you say dem go mobilize you, oga no fit talk because the mobilization dey im pocket. He's going to Canada the next week. You wan go relax more. So we are aware of all these things before that 2015. The permutation to permit violence, thuggery, terrorism started immediately democracy was rebirthed.
Ah, so now since 1999 it starts.
Started immediately democracy was rebirthed. I joined the army 1999 as a young man, and all my youthful years I saw with my eyes. I lost my right eye in the same army. I can't see with this eye right now. And in my youthful years, I saw the same village chiefs, all these Oba, Igwe, Emir, come to see presidency and they carry bag and go. I saw people that were representatives of the people that were crying. The leadership, can I talk to some people? Okay, talk to these are our leaders. They enter there, they come out with a different music. So it is easy to compromise if you were not the kind of person that I know you are. A text message go don enter your phone like this. You will see they will open an account for you in one of the bank. They will send you the alert to see the balance in the account. The ATM will arrive in your mail. Your account officer will call you, madam, na me be your account officer. You want money in dollar or in naira? Immediately your song will change if you are seen to be somebody that can be compromised. So those people that could not be compromised either become quiet, or you speak out of context, you are arrested, or you are constrained to the point where you become hunger related and
All
you
right.
have to compromise your integrity.
So, all right, sir. So, why do you think that this political terrorism started in 1999? Why they no fit do this kind of thing? Why terrorism generally no fit exist during military regime? Why? Why was it impossible?
During the military regime, it was zero tolerance for armed presence or armed superiority. It's just like this African country now that this Traore is there now.
Mm-hmm.
As he is there now with his military guys, there is control over other armed groups like the police and all that, to the extent that they should not be superior to the military because they can be used to overthrow. So in our military regime in Nigeria, we concentrated on dethroning the capabilities of the police so that the army will become, if somebody sees your land, that instead of you to go to police station, you will go barak. So you will always see one soldier following people to go draw debt, go fight for land, go and do this. So all of those things were being seen by those that designed the new democracy. And they saw that you need to get a dog in the house and wear it green with a beret. So when they could not achieve that fully, because those in service will die loyal. See, I assure you, madam, if you
Sir?
see Nigerian military men where I serve with, oh, whether there is fire burning, when we say move, it is move. I am telling you, even
Okay.
we that were there, we didn't feel that we were being used. We felt that we were patriotic.
Okay, so then what happened? How come between 1999 and 2007 at least, during Obasanjo's regime, how come they were able to also put it under control that we did not see much of what we're seeing now? How come, if you said that this whole thing started from 1999, how come we Obasanjo manage them?
I want to tell you people now about an armory.
Hmm.
An armory is a place where you keep your weapon.
Mhm.
You go there, you clean it, you oil it, you count it to be sure that there's audit, and you keep the weapon. Then you have an armorer who takes care of the armory. Every regime where there is no criminal activity, kidnapping, banditry, all those things, the elements that are supposed to establish such insecurity parameters, they are kept like in an armory. That is why a politician, even in Lagos, can tell you that your political rally will not hold. And once you are doing the rally, you hear somebody break bottle. Oh, even journalists will first start running. They will be shooting guns. Now, there was a rally in Lagos where the area boy man was shot. I don't want to bother myself with names. And he was flown abroad for treatment. But the police officers that were also shot were in their Ikoyi hospital there, managing what they can get. Those area boys,
If
after
I Ikoyi hospital, to be specific, it's military hospital Ikoyi. That's where they went to.
those
Before
people,
I go do like in a private hospital, then go. No vex,
so an armory, madam, is where
sir.
you keep the hoodlums, the bandits, all the terrorist elements, all the slogans, you keep them. When I say keep, I mean you maintain their hunger. You settle them, you give them everything, you communicate regularly that I deal with you now, no issue.
So you dey oil them, you dey feed them.
By the time you open the door for that armory and say everybody carry your weapon, the challenge that those kind of controllers had in Nigeria was they could not recall the elements. So
Once they
once
let them
these
out,
guys
they could not
don't
control them
go,
to bring
they
them
don't
back.
go. So small arms and light weapons became trading materials. People are caught even till now carrying bullets of GPMG and AK-47 to go and sell or supply or transport to non-state actors. So all those channels are open now because you cannot recall. And why can you not recall? That was now why people needed to be potty. Because to hold power, you needed to be under certain cabals in the country.
Okay, so are you suggesting that Obasanjo regime oil these things well? Now, waiting make we don't see much of escalation during his tenure.
Obasanjo is an elder statesman and a strategist. Even till now, nobody has come out to review that, oh, he was this, he was that. They make allegations. The evidence, we're waiting for it. If there are evidence, the first thing to do when you have evidence is to remove immunity. Why will I bother to go and look for evidence when I bring it and the person is under immunity? The people to remove immunity, they are in Senate, they are in House of Rep. Under a new leadership, why are they not removing the immunity? So that they can go to Obasanjo, Babangida and say, no more immunity. You did this, come and answer. Because those people in power that can remove the immunity, they also need it. They need the immunity because they already know that they are working in darkness. There are dark hours. So they need that cover so they can remove it. So if you go to the House of Reps, you go for Senate where all these bills are, you will see bills that make sense but are not tampered with at all. They
They're
don't
just
call
pushed
it out.
aside.
We
Wow.
have the Veterans Federation of Nigeria bill we put in place. That Veterans Federation of Nigeria bill, madam, it's supposed to
Sir.
take over from the Legion. That Veterans Federation of Nigeria bill supposed to also empower a governor to be able to call his state veterans to join him to secure the state. That
But
Veterans
you don't want
Federation
that.
of Nigeria bill supposed to give a serving personnel the glory that he deserves, which will make a retired personnel, which will make the serving personnel high after service, which will encourage the vibrant patriotic segment of our youth to high enlistment into the military. That is what that Veterans Federation bill is supposed to do. One, motivate the one in uniform. Two, make the place attractive. Three, the people outside, make them comfortable to utilize their skill to secure their state of residence. So if you say you don't want to give arms to people, a veteran that have a clean record as a retiree, he can own his own. He can call together some other people. He can intimidate a serving person and say, why didn't you respond to this? But all those powers are constrained under the Legion. So the Legion now recruited commissioners, which is civilians, to start taking security guard duties. And other military veterans that they perceive to protect. They collect monies as a sell emblem every year for Armed Forces Remembrance Day.
Remembrance Day.
All the fallen widows are heroes. Their wives are fallen widows right now. So, madam, the government of Babangida, the government of Tinubu, the government of Obasanjo, all governments, they have the armory of the illegal elements. They have the power to allocate their fund to them. You can hear this other man went to Abuja to greet Tinubu. Inside presidency, when he came out, he said he's in charge of security of Kaduna and Abuja Road, not the military. He said it there that the military is weak. If that man is saying that military is weak and brigade of guard is there, he's not supposed to leave that place alive. If it is the brigade of guard that I know. Today, the same man is saying Tinubu is wicked. Tinubu is not doing well. But he has contracts that is funded that the military cannot even touch. So the whole thing is messy. It's messy. I don't even know where whoever is taking over from government, where that person will start from. That's why when this man is saying he wants to do everything in 4 years, Obi, I was just like, will you manufacture people? The person you want to give appointment is building an estate somewhere from misdirected funds that is getting somewhere. The police officer you want to make IG, he has seen 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 IG that left, how they were pampered. He's waiting for his turn. You come, say, the military, the judiciary, that you want to go and pick one sharp lawyer. That sharp lawyer, they are among people where they throw stone, they throw bottle for the last NBA election. NBA election. Nigerian Bar Association election. They were fighting. Somewhere that you're supposed to stand up, carry your paper, read an articulate presentation, and get standing ovation. And implement the presentation. Now you need to throw bottles, throw chairs to win NBA election. And those same people want to give what they don't have. So the whole constraint now is dangerous. It's very difficult and very dangerous.
All right, before we look at what we go fit do and why it be like say it don't be very difficult for government to even curb the insecurity, let's go to one of the arms of insecurity really cause problem for inside this country. The activities of purported or supposed armed herdsmen, as they call them. Now, for so many communities for inside Nigeria, so we get different kinds of insecurity for Nigeria. We don't get Boko Haram own we happen now. We get bandits their own. We get armed herdsmen. Most of the great percentage of the problems where they happen for inside Plateau, Benue State, some part of Southeast, some part of Southwest, some part of South. In fact, major part of the South and Middle Belt, most of the problem where they happen there, now by the supposed armed Fulani headsmen, according to what they talk. While we get the bandits them for Northwest, and we can't get the Boko Haram them for Northeast. You see, they share themselves for different level. So we don't talk address a bit of the bandits, their own and all that. Even though say you never still tell me, explain that in way Kao Baraje using mouth talk, say now then go bring these bandits, then come because if they won't use them win election. That one we'll address them later. But the activities of these herdsmen, where these women they talk, say these people come to their farms, bring in their herdsmen and destroy their crops. If you talk, they don't kill you. Then go storm community, kill people for inside the community, clear villages. Sometimes they occupy those villages. Why is it difficult for government to actually call them what it is, or to prescribe a session of any Fulani headsman we carry gun? Say these people, if you be headsman, you carry gun, you be terrorist, or even call on Mieti Allah to make sure say they fish out the bad eggs among them when they give them bad name. Why do you think it's hard for government to do so?
Terrorists, hoodlums, thugs, bandits, whatever name you want to call them, people living in Nigeria, whether citizens or non-citizens, that are ready to take up arms, are ready to kill, to maim, to burn, they are in the armory. The gatekeepers know what to do. Let me give you an example. You see, sometimes when I talk, people will say, this thing where you talk, I can lead you to a reasonable conclusion. Now, Autumn, past governor,
Yes.
he was crying on TV when they killed a lot of people. The police handcuff the criminal, parade them on march pass into a courtroom on TV. They carry them from their motor, that they jump down like this with chain on leg and to the court. Autumn, they TV, they cry. President then tell the IG, report to that place. IG no go. Those people that were taken into the court, no matter, let's don't go to the one in the bush, madam. Those people that were taken into the court in Benue with a history of killings, majority of the people there are orphans, not because their parents died from old age. They died mysteriously from all these attacks. What happened inside that court? What evidence did that judge need to say the penalty for murder is death? What happened? People approach the bench at a point in a judicial process. They say, approach where? The bench. When you say approach the bench, the judge bend down, he talks to them, kuru, 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 like this. And you now go back again. What is being discussed there? I had to go into the Institute of Chartered Mediators and Conciliators. I went to do their exam there to be a fellow of the institute, which has a large percentage of senior advocates. And in negotiation and conciliation and mediation, which is part of the legal process too, because when that one fails, you also go to legal process. Legal process is the strong arm of the law, madam, that will tell you this thing you did, this is the penalty.
Absolutely. And you know if you run away from them, no matter who
When
you
they
be.
came out from that court, why was the penalty not applied? Even when the governor was crying that I need justice.
So why was it not applied?
Let me tell you, every politician need to have a press button for violence to be able to be relevant in Nigeria today. To be able to be relevant as a politician in Nigeria today. That's your catchment area. You must be able to say, from tomorrow, I will scatter everywhere. And you will do. And you must be able to say, that thing that is happening there will stop tomorrow. And you call somebody, you say it's okay, and it's okay. Whether it's in Niger Delta, it's in the north, as in everywhere. Now let's come to the north. Tactically, northern leaders, tactically, used other means, both ethnicity and religious, to reduce intelligence by reducing education. So
So you
you will
said
now
they know they
see a
encourage
chunk.
education.
These things are started. See, me, I tell people, if I write a book about strategy, the chunk of people in the north, the youth, they have to go through a Amajiri process. Why? Why do they need to carry that plate and be begging on the road? And when you get to 14, 15, you see viral videos where some of them are taught how to use the gun. Now, if a government wants to help such people, will you not firstly eradicate that darkness in that kindergarten stage? But no, you need it. So you will see them line up in front of one big man's house, collecting stipends and food to eat for that day. I am from the north, partly. Maybe you don't know.
I
My
know say you be
mother,
Nigerian.
my mother is Fulani, my mom. My dad is Edo. My grandmother is Ijebu. I married from the east. I served in the army in different parts of the country. So nothing that I cannot postulate. When you begin to empower criminality, you cannot increase the power of justice.
All right. So speaking straight to that conversation I talk, why is it hard to prescribe armed Fulani herdsmen that have destroyed farms? We make right now with a lack food security for inside Nigeria because of majorly their activities. Before we talk about the activities and contribution of the bandits, why is it hard to call them to order? Why?
Arrest that was made long I was in service. I was concerned too. Why do you people carry guns instead of the stick to drive the cow? And the guy said that they have people that rustle their cow in the bush. Police do not go into the bush, don't have forest rangers. So they now call those people cattle rustlers. And they now call those environments unpoliced areas. Miyetti Allah was formed to be able to regulate that industry, which is supposed to be under the Ministry of Agriculture, because the cattle industry is one of the economic viability of the country, just like palm kernel and so many others.
Yes.
Now, utilizing that unpoliced area, handing it over to Miyetti Allah and turning it into a religious force was a strategic means to generate that army that is necessary. So before you know what's happening, children that are supposed to be in school were now being militarized. So if you ask me that why is it that cattle herdsmen will kill and nothing will happen? If they kill and nothing will happen in the north, shebi you will say they negotiated the matter. But they kill in Enugu, they kill in Edo State.
Yes.
And one time in Enugu, go and Google these things I'm saying. There was an Igbo guy that was arrested as the one that was showing them the route. In Edo State, we have Edo North, which also believes that they are from the north. And there are liaison within these people. That's why so many village heads have been arrested now for negotiating ransom and collecting commission from kidnappers and victims. So if you want to blame the Fulani headsman for carrying weapons, start the judicial process. Arrest him for illegal possession of arms. Arrest him if he kills somebody and
Why are they
sentence
not
him
arrested for
to
illegal
death.
possession of arms? Who even they give them arms?
We
Who
have
taught them
answered
how
that
to carry
question. You have a government. Your government need them. Your government, our government need them. Different facets. By the time you get to pick a criminal, see, Precious, go and Google that video where a criminal was arrested and he was telling the policeman that arrested him that you just dey waste your time. You are wasting your time. I'm coming out.
And he came out.
These criminal armed forces, non-state actors in Nigeria, they are being utilized for political terrorism. So even when they go out of context and begin to do all of these things, there's somebody that makes a phone call. If they say it's not true, let's see the judiciary in process. Thank you.
Hey. Let me open phone lines because I know Nigerians have a lot of questions to ask. You may not be like saying that only me then go to talk or they ask you questions for inside this matter because the matter around insecurity is still very, very worrisome. But in all of this, make we go to waiting or Dauda Lawal talk. In talk say within phone from a phone, in go fit tell you where these boys and they right now. The bandits, them, they are leaders them especially. And then say it's just that he cannot give order. Say if he give order to security agencies, then we'll tell them say they wait for approval from Abuja. Do you think that is correct? That's on the one hand. If it is correct, why is it difficult for Abuja to give him the go ahead? Is it the willpower, political will to fight this terrorism?
Let me start from the governor. Let me start from the governor. That governor you are talking about, he has military veterans that are more articulate than I am. He has military veterans that are more daredevil than I am and many other people. In his state, has he put them together to say, you are from this state, speak language to them and say, what do we do? See where these people dey. And let's him come out and say, police, DSS from his state that are retired, that have carried arms legitimately in this country, has he put them together? That's one. Two, I told you earlier, don't tell us I have, because we are traumatic enough with all the I haves that we have had. And they still come back and they are in government. If you have the address, why is that address not populated everywhere covertly? There are cybersecurity boys today that can populate that address, the GPS code, even area photos of the terrorists as they are there, and populate.
We don't see some of those images before now. We don't see some of those images before. I don't know whether you never see. But
one he's talking
going back
about
to the question, do you think it's impossible for a Nigerian military or security apparatus generally to know the whereabouts of this bandit? Do you think it's impossible based on your assertion?
It's not impossible.
Then if it's not impossible, that means his assertions are correct. That means it's likely correct.
His assertions are correct, but we were talking about him as a governor collecting security votes. What have you done? If the federal government refused to deploy federal might,
he says the power is not in his
what
hands.
have
Say
you
no
done?
sabi, he no fit call. Say anybody when call, they go say.
Then why are you there? Then you resign. People are dying. You are collecting security votes, and you say the power is not in your hand. You resign, madam. Let me tell you something. Bandits buy drugs. There is a channel that drug take from importation to distribution that you can track.
Yes.
Bandits buy food.
Yes, they buy fuel.
There are channels that food take from the farm to the market and to the consumer. Bandits, they buy gas, petrol. There are channels where refined gasoline, even those from private, secret, illegal refineries, you can track it. Bandits utilize mobility, Okada, moto, and all that. There are devices that can hone in on sound and track those sounds to legitimate destination. Bandits are human beings, so they interact socially. So while they are interacting socially, there's a video now where one wants to buy kunu. He went to buy kunu with his rifle, and all the other boys were snapping, doing selfie with him like a celebrity.
Oh,
they are social parameters. Bandits, like, they carry women. There are women. There is a woman that said she used to prostitute for bandits, and she put her children into prostitution. Check your Google. and she was arrested because she carried some other girls there. We have agencies that can penetrate. I'm just giving you some simple platforms where a governor can penetrate those platforms with a selected team that he has. If that governor wants to come for re-election, listen to me, and I said you will not be re-elected, will he not put deterrence measure in place so that he will hold his state? Yes, he will. Why can't you put deterrence measures in place when the federal government leave you? And if they stop you upon that, you resign. With all your evidence made public.
But you remember that you're not
We
the first
don't need
person.
the
I say
address.
you not be the first person. We don't talk this one. You been mentioned on Tom K.
That's what I'm telling you now,
Also, they
because
talk
he
about that
reports.
then when in talk say sometimes when they even arrest them, they go say order come from Abuja, may they release them. I don't know whether you don't remember that.
The order that came from Abuja, the phone call that came, many times we dey hear voice message or phone call, e dey viral. You will release all of those things covertly, so it cannot be traced to you, but it will become public that, oh, so na Roy call, make dem release those criminals. I go dey deny am, but it's on public space already. Why is it in your phone? Why do they keep information that can deter the death of victims tomorrow? Because as we are finishing this program, you hear the news tomorrow. You will hear more people will die. And their relocation is in his phone. And he's collecting stipends from the people's taxes. And those same people are paying tax to the same
All right.
bandit. How can these people
So even going
how can they close
so
their
yeah, so going back to government generally with the plenty amounts year in year out, security the top budget for inside our country. Why do you think it's been very difficult for us to come understanding what you talk now say this is a political terrorism, meaning saying that politicians they cause this problem from waiting you talk. Now then they feel or now then they feed this problem of terrorism wey we dey get. Now then they feed them one way or the other. So if now then they do them and then it don't the top budget since, why it dey very difficult for them to get the willpower to say it's enough? Nigerians should stop dying. Look, we control them. Why? And then why they hard for me and you as Nigerians to hold them accountable and say, you know what, we're not doing election if we don't stop this nonsense. You don't do, we don't die rich. Why they hard?
for the politicians? I don't want to know what party you belong to, because there are so many of them that carry APC's flag card. They are still sponsoring people to vote for a LP. There are those in LP carrying bag for Obi. In their pocket, text message they land. Oh boy, how many people you don't get for your constituency for APC? So APC, PDP, LP, all of them there are both backstabbers, traitors, and on patriotic Nigerians. Now let's look at the inability to criminalize crime. What is the criminal justice process? Police go arrest thief, e go gather the evidence, e go present am before a judge. The judge go look at cases wey dey on that. The prosecutor go say, sir, they don do this thing before. The lawyer go come. That lawyer is a Nigerian. When e dey go house from court, e go join estate meeting for im estate. Then go dey plan how to block the estate, make criminal no enter. E go come from court where e go defend criminal. Collect the money, come estate, come contribute for security for the estate where im dey stay. Now the same judge also go say make people approach bench. And when you now look at the criminal justice system ending at the desk of the judiciary, then you will now ask yourself, why is the judiciary compromised? Because the intimidation of the judiciary is not because of crime. It's because of political empowerment, political capacity to override the people's mandate. So you must use the judiciary, which is globally acceptable. Oh, now court, Supreme Court. Now, if that is possible, that means the elements, the criminal elements, that you used during the time of overriding the mandate of the people are still available, and they don't know how to fish, they don't know how to drive Uber, they only know how to say, hey, come here, and they seize your gun, or they seize your car, or they steal from you. That's the only thing they know. So you don't fuel them. Every 4 years they go back to their businesses, and if they are caught, their boss go remind you, oga, that boy, he dey very effective, very loyal, we have to bring him out. Then who is in charge of the case? They will now mention who is in charge of the case. Somebody's processing is released immediately. So there is no way you can help this system until you begin first by justifying that a democratic process was legitimate. If you can do that, then you make sure that the judiciary, under its own statutes, empowers people to become Supreme Court or whatever court judges by their own processes as laid down from their own rule. The military supposed to say, sir, Mr. President, this is your chief of army staff, this is your chief of naval staff. They will salute him, I'm loyal, sir, and they will stand by that loyalty. If they don't, before you will now request for their sack. But now it is the same politicians that will appoint who will head police and who will head this. We agree you want to have a team, but when you get to the hospital and you are sick, do you appoint a doctor that will treat you, or the hospital will tell you, now this Dr. Precious, now in the fit handle kidney, you say, abeg, call am for me, abeg, call am. But when it gets to the people's mandate, you ask for your own opportunity.
All right, Nigerians don't they call us plenty. Make it no be like saying only me put.
My phone they
No
ring
vex,
tire
no
here.
vex, no vex. All right. Hello, good evening, and welcome. Please, Nigerians, phone lines are open. It's time for you to chime in on the conversation or jumping on the conversation. Kindly follow the link. The link will bring you straight to the studio, or you call the WhatsApp number 0817-029-4077. Now the number to call 0817-029-4077. Hello, good evening, and welcome. Are you there? Good evening. Hello. Yeah, I can hear you. You're a bit faint though, but just go ahead. Sir,
One or 2 weeks now, it's been all politics and so on. This is security.
thank you.
And I sincerely praise you for bringing the retired army officer in the studio.
Thank you.
My own aspect is, I'm trying to look at what President Tinubu probably he muted some days ago about state police, which has been in the lips of a lot of Nigerians. And I believe the reason why nobody is talking about it is what happened. I mean, you use Anambra's case for recent example of how the Agune Chamber disgraced the National Service Corps. And that encourages the state police. But that is also because of the fact that we have not, critically thought about the best way to legislate, this state policy of a thing. I don't think it's a problem because all over the world, even in the United States, we have sheriffs. Okay, these are actually state police. So if I ask you, let's say that now, if someone tells you that, look, Precious,
Sir?
if you have 150 naira and you contribute that as a security levy to your state police, that is every month, which is about 4,000 or 5,000 naira a year. That is more than enough, okay, to fund state police, people who will be well equipped, people who can secure lives and property in the state. And that amount will be more than enough to even contribute, to a salary of let's say over 350,000. I've been doing this math for 2 years or 3 years because I use my State as an example. I'm from Imo State. I'm from Imo to be particular. And if we say that Imo State is about 4.5 million inhabitants or 4.5 million indigenes, out of this 4.5 million indigenes, it's okay. In every local government, we have about 150, pair of books per local government. So we're talking about 5,000 state police people in Imo State. Okay? And it's okay. How do we fund these people? Because if you look at the United States, use the sheriff department as a model. These guys fund themselves. It is within the localities, within the county that they fund themselves. So if you tell a typical Nigerian that if you have 5,000 naira in a year, that is enough for you to fund your state police. All the state can do, all the state government can do is to probably fund a tactical command or create a police college that can train these people. You understand? Fund a secret service that will only guard the governors. And then you remove the power from the governor to appoint the commissioner of police. You leave it to be within the people of the state. So if, for instance, now, in our local government, we have up to more than 10 or 15 autonomous communities. And all the traditional traditional rulers from the police council in that area. And these people will be tasked in selecting people who will be within that local government. Let's say that are in the local government, 150 of them. All these 150 people will be well trained, you understand, very intelligent people, not any Tom, Dick, or Harry, not any dog that you give a gun to. Because people, the Americans will tell you that the gun is never a problem. It's rather the idiot you give that gun to that is a problem.
You've rigmarolled a little bit, so you need to be more direct so that we'll understand, your focus, so that the guest can also understand you to make his contribution.
All right. So my focus is let us have an organized discussion, okay, on how to legislate state police, so that we will have the people looking after their state police, looking after their police, and not the power to the state government, because that is where, or the governor, that is where there's going to definitely be.
Okay, so make we already get a structure, a particular structure where we put in place where the state police go use operate, so that go this solely in the hands of the state governors to do, what's in them wants. Make the state police know they within the whims and caprices of the state governors, so that they don't use it as they will. That's your point, right?
At least if the police people actually know that this money that they pay, that they get their salary is actually a tax that we contribute on annual basis. So they don't see, even because sometimes they will say, oh, the state government is not paying us, so therefore I am loyal to whoever the governor is. But the people must understand that the loyalty is to the people and not to the person. You understand? Or the commander in chief. Yes, for sure, the person, but nevertheless, they understand. You understand where the rights of the governor starts and where it stops, and where the right of the people starts and where it stops. So it's like I was saying, let it be well organized, well legislated, so that we even know the minimum criteria for somebody or the police now. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you, Ambassador. I don't know if you got him right. Here what's in talk.
I heard what the man is
Okay,
saying.
would you like to say something?
You know, right now we have issues with the current vigilante, right?
Mhm.
The current vigilante, both in the east and in the north, they have been seen to collude with criminality. We have that case on
Okay.
ground. So many examples. And I've told someone,
Yes,
I
please
said,
be on the line. Let's let Ambassador Roy finish up.
we must have a state police that is for the states. Now, who are the people that will be empowered to go there? Who will fund it? Because you are giving gun to a hungry man. Because it's not like a company where you say, for 5 months, we never collect salary. If somebody is carrying weapon and he has not collected salary, how many state governors can pay their state? So we must create a model and empower that model stage by stage. That is what I wrote about state police. Like Lagos that have this Lagos neighborhood watch. That is stage 1. But then it's dead already. You can
hardly see their effectiveness. Honestly, I
they are dead
don't feel
already.
their
You can
effectiveness.
see. can see. So if you have like that, stage two will now be collaboration with the current agency and the people. Stage three will be intervention for the people and interfacing with the agencies. Like
All
you
right.
have civilian joint task force. Then
Okay.
stage four, you will now become able to empower them to contain insurgency and criminality.
All right, sir.
They
All
have
right.
not been able to cross stage one in any state.
And that's a problem. All right.
Good.
Thank you. Hello, good evening, and welcome.
Good evening, Precious.
Hi, Laura. Welcome. Go ahead, please.
Good evening. Good evening to your guests.
Yes, he can hear you.
I listen as people are making suggestions. This is what to do. That is what to do. There's one simple underlying factor here.
Which is?
All the executives, from the president to the governors to the local government chairman, are not interested. The security of Nigerians, their lives and their property, are not their primary interest. All these suggestions we are making, this and that, they are not interested. It's none of their business. They're not interested. You're saying no, they don't want to do it. It's not because they cannot. It's not because they will not. It's because they are not interested. Shikena. It's just as basic as that. If you remember, a month or 2 or 3 ago, Harris Ngwamishu,
Yes.
special advisor, I think, to Governor of Delta State, I think it's his security matters or something, he wrote a resignation letter and he submitted it. He said because he's done all manner of proposals and suggestions to Governor Ogurawori, and not one. He's been a special advisor. He has not had one chance to meet with the man all through the period of that. They just let's give him a job because he's popular on social media. The people like him. Score some brownie points. They are not interested. The governor in the north is shouting, I know where the bandits are, this, that, is federal government, is federal this. When governors want to win elections, once it's election season, between 12 to 6 months to election season, what do we see? Oh, government has seized a container load of ammunitions headed for such and such a state. Oh, government has seized this shipload. And when they open it and they are showing it to the public, AK-49s, Kalashnikovs, like crazy weaponry, wicked collections of magazines, like guns that would take metal apart. You see all manner of it that governors import allegedly into their states when it's time to do an election. If really, I remember the later Kere Dolu, when they were challenging during Buhari's time that, oh, you cannot arm Amoteco. He said, to hell, I will do it.
And they did. And Amoteco was doing very well at that early stage. They did very well.
Yeah, he did. So the governor in Zamfara who's telling you, I don't want to do this, I don't want to do that, when it is time for their elections, when they need to win elections by all means possible, when they need to snatch it, grab it, and run away with it, they import. Do you remember the investigative journalist that went into prison deliberately?
Yeah, Fisayo.
And that has been, yes, Fisayo Shoyomo. Do you remember when he outed this Tinubu's friend, that one that this singer was greeting in the plane and Nigerians rubbished her? I can't remember the man's name. For smuggling guns into the country, and nothing happened to him because he's close to power. So,
the customs person.
I don't know if he's even a customs person.
Go ahead.
The bottom line is the governors are not interested. Now the Nigerians who should put pressure on them are busy dancing, going to party, going from one church program to the other. Let me tell many Nigerians, many pastors are beginning to relocate from Nigeria. You don't know.
Oh, I know pastors. Their churches are still in Nigeria, but most of them are not in Nigeria.
Their churches are in Nigeria.
It's still headquartered in Nigeria, but they know they join virtual service.
Apostle Osayi Arume has relocated to the US permanently. In case people do not know, yes, there are churches still in Makodi. Many like that, they are moving their kids. Why? This country is, I will put it, 65% a failed nation. When you were talking to Mr. Roy, I decided to go to ChatGPT. Please permit me to quickly read something for you. I asked Chat because when your country is going through something, what you need to do is pick out nations that have experience similar to you and the direction they took. If nothing happened, was it Newton or who said something will be in a fixed position except forces applied to it? So if nothing different happens to Nigeria in the next 1 to 30 years, you can predict Nigeria's future. You can predict her trajectory. If something happens to move her in the positive direction, you can predict her trajectory. You just need to look at nations that have gone ahead of you, those who went the positive way, those who went the negative way. I when you were interviewing the Dr. Roy in the studio, I asked ChatGPT, I said, how did Haiti get taken over by gangs? They say, oh, Nigeria currently is a territory occupied by multifaceted, different types of armed groups, different types from the north to the east to the west, even in the cities. The talks that stopped Gbadebo from holding his meeting today, they are just a few steps removed from Boko Haram because they are in a city. They were giving guns, supported by the local government chairman in a vehicle. They were said to have come together to come and disrupt it. Tomorrow, if another person comes to power that does not fit those people, because we've had the same party, the same group of people, politicians using them, by the time another set of politicians come, yes, they will become armed bandits because they've been feeding off thuggery, banditry, violence. That's how they've been sustained for years. The Baba Sope politics in Lagos. So as soon as that power changes hands by any means, and those people are not sustained, absorbed, or rehabilitated, they will become the Boko Haram officer. Because why? In the north, APC came into power, changed government, PDP have been using some of those voices, APC ramped it up, blowing up different things across the country, comes into power, you can't sustain them, and they became something else. When external influence came to sponsor terrorism in Nigeria, it was Oshube. All of them went for it. And then the whole Sahara and the fall of Mali and all those nations that opened the porous borders, the Sahel, that was it. With the death of Muammar Gaddafi and that whole thing, and the whole resistance movement, everything just flowing down from Sahara, and Nigeria became easy target, especially when they hear by phone that you can make billions just from kidnapping. Let me read something. I asked ChatGPT, how did Haiti get taken over by gangs? Because if nothing positive, if no force, if nothing moves Nigeria, you see this thing where we say, oh, we shouldn't have the revolution, we shouldn't do this. There's something very powerful to me. It says, say I'm not afraid of a revolution. You say I'm afraid of what will happen after. The death of Muammar Gaddafi is not the key, it's not the issue. What will happen to that governed space after Muammar Gaddafi? Have you seen that Libya has become a place dominated by armed militias, 3-4 different governments in power at the same time? Okay. How did Haiti get taken over by the gangs? ChatGPT says it's a tough story. It goes back decades. Haiti didn't just suddenly fall under gang control. It was a slow erosion of state authority mixed with outside pressures. Here are the main pieces. 1. Political instability. Since the fall of the Duvalier dictatorship in 1986, Haiti has struggled with mark this and draw the connection with Nigeria. Haiti has struggled with weak governments, coups, contested election. I repeat, contested elections. This left power fragmented and no strong state institutions to rely on. 2. Collapse of the police and justice system. Mr. Roy mentioned deliberate underfunding of the police. Haiti's police force has been underfunded, understaffed, and often corrupt. Courts, Mr. Roy talked about courts. Courts barely function, which means gangs can operate with near impunity. And this ChatGPT, you would have thought Mr. Roy wrote it. Economic desperation. Poverty in Haiti is extreme. We have 185 million people living in multidimensional poverty in Nigeria. Draw the equivalence. With very few opportunities for work, many young men find that joining gangs who offer money, protection, and a sense of belonging more appealing than unemployment. 3, political manipulation. Precious, this is not Nigeria, this is Haiti. Political manipulation. For years, politicians in bracket and some business elites armed and financed gangs to secure votes or intimidate rivals. Ladies and gentlemen,
they're from Nigeria.
not Nigeria. When the state couldn't control them anymore, the gangs became independent power centers. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Haiti. 4, natural disasters and foreign interventions. I won't read too much into that. It says gangs fill the spaces where the state could have been. And finally, recent triggers. After President Jovenel Moise was assassinated in 2021, the already weak government nearly collapsed. With no elections, no parliament, and only a de facto prime minister, gangs consolidated control over ports. Dear Nigerians, you are headed in this direction. You can pray from now till the cows come home. If nothing changes, the gangs are coming for your ports. It says with
The
no
ports.
elections,
Do you know what's happening in our ports
parliament.
authority? Do you know what's happening to
Talking of the
ports?
ports, I'm reading what is happening.
I am
what
telling you that. Do you know
places.
what's happening to the ports right now? The ports importation
No,
right now.
no,
Okay.
no.
Do you know that the owner of terminals, saying at terminal, when they import things come, most of those things go, transported to terminals and for clearance and all that. Owners of terminals, I think they were paying a bond of 500,000 before thereabouts, or so. Let me say 500. I can't remember the particular amount, but they've been asked to pay, like if they were paying 500,000 before, they'd be asked to make it 50 million bond. Where would they get the money from? You understand? Freight forwarders or importers, they were supposed to pay, I think, as little as whether I think 300,000 or thereabouts has been increased to 5 million each of them. And most of these payments are renewed yearly. I think something like that. I have to get the right information. On when next I will get an expert from that industry. So that is already a disaster. People are complaining. In fact, one of the sources I spoke to during that interview, I had secretly saying that it looks like there's a systematic approach to remove a certain people from the ports in Nigeria so that other people will occupy it. I'm not just saying that certain people, that's why I hear them. That's why I hear them. Like there's a system because almost all the law they're making. Check out all the heads of parasitals agencies they're putting in. Well, I don't want to talk a beg. I don't want to talk. I hate, I mean, I have done these interviews, but I refuse to bring it to this conversation. I'm sure you've never heard me say it before.
65% failed. I read the last paragraph. With no elections, no parliament, and only a de facto prime minister, gangs consolidated control over ports, neighborhoods, and even highways. Now, in much of Port-au-Prince, their capital, and beyond, gangs control territory, run checkpoints, and act as the de facto authorities, sometimes even providing services that the government can't. It's not just about criminal gangs taking over. It is the story of a state so weakened that armed groups stepped in.
Thank you so much, Laura. Let's let her speak. Thank you so much. Whoa. Ambassador Royo, did you hear what our sister Laura?
Hey, hey, who is that sister that
She's in the
called?
UK.
Wonderful. So, madam, you see, we have all of these things in the right burner. We have all of these things. You can imagine how a private soldier like me got frustrated. I still waited to get to my pension age. And before then, I met General Ude, TC Ude, now retired. General Ude was an astute officer. What happened when he was leaving? They still tried to embarrass him. General Ude was the officer that I was looking at like this, that I say I can never even escort You see where soldier can escort a car or escort rice and all, because we are in Badagry. That was one of my last units. I said that because that man is combatant to the core. At the end of the day, General TCU, they tried to embarrass him when he was leaving.
Why?
So in every situation, if you don't dance to the music of the DJ,
Hey.
they throw you out of the party. Once the DJ is in charge of the kind of song that he plays, everybody changes dance. When it changes to high life, they change dance. That's how they run the club. So the end of the day is that somebody will just drop money for the DJ and say, play this particular music. And the audience will dance to whatever music, not knowing how it generated to that music being played. So I am scared for those that are carrying arms right now, my colleagues, my constituents, because the conflict parameter is not favorable to the patriotic, you know. So you can also see those that have been patriotic, how they were abandoned. And you will see those that were not patriotic, how they are still being celebrated. Even so, the thing, you just go and look at the Senate. Majority of them that are in the Senate is just that, don't worry, I will keep you somewhere. I will keep you somewhere in Senate. I'll keep you somewhere safe. The Senate or House of Rep or ambassador position. You know, some army chief that left, they gave him ambassador. The same army chief that left again, they said they saw money in one house somewhere in Lagos, and he came to say, nah, this, that, you know. So it's a secure venue and atmosphere for those that are not patriotic and those that are ready to sell virtues that are supposed to protect others, and those that can sleep when women and children are being raped, killed, and bombed.
Let me quickly speak.
That is very disheartening.
All right, T.Y. Danjuma is joining us.
Your call cannot be concluded. Please consult your direct.
T.Y. Danjuma.
Hello, good evening, Precious.
Good evening, sir. Welcome.
Yeah, greetings to Ambassador Roy. Thank you for. Yes, sir. Yes. I've heard. I've been listening, with rapt attention to the things you have said, and I agree with quite a lot of it. And what. But let me just speak. I have a question for you, but let me just talk about Haiti that she talked about, because Haiti may not be a very good example to compare with Nigeria, because Haiti is a very, very one of the poorest countries in the world. In fact, in the Western Hemisphere, Latin America and Caribbean is the poorest. So it has a resource problem. Apart from that, the location geographically is one that is prone to. I'm saying that. I can't hear you well. You say what?
I said, and you think that Nigeria's poverty is not driving or headed to that level?
No, I'm talking about a country that is naturally Nigeria. Nigeria may be classified as a poor country today, because not by design, not it's well endowed, but it chose to be poor by itself. So that's not the situation with Haiti. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to say that
but
Haiti
even
is.
Our own is even worse, because for a country that is not naturally poor or poor by endowment, but has now become so poor that its people have become one of the poorest people in the world, even living more in poverty than Haiti or Haitians. What are you saying? Will it not drive our own situation even worse?
Can you let me make my point? I'm trying to make a point. So let me make my point. Yeah, I'm saying that there are two. The equities here are different. One, you're talking about a country that is rich, which is Nigeria. Forget the fact that we're squandering the riches, as Onyeka has said. But Haiti is naturally poor, And in terms of geographical location, it is in a region that is prone to natural disasters. These are things that are not peculiar to Nigeria. So I just wanted to point it out. But that's not saying that a lot of what Laura has said and what Ambassador has said are not things that are applicable to Nigeria. I just wanted to make that clarification first. Now, but going to my question, I wanted to ask the ambassador because it does appear that you have put a lot more of the blame to on the political class in terms of security. But we have seen generals, we have seen military officers who have been court-martialed for stealing money that are allocated to prosecute the fight against terrorism. We have seen massive corruption and looting in the military. We have seen, even for the first time in my life, I saw the rank and file, revolting, which is which is something that is not allowed in the military. Junior officers attacking or attempting to kill senior officers. And this is the Nigerian military that we have heard from since independence, that has distinguished itself in international peacekeeping, that has fought, secured, but for the Nigerian military, West African region would have just gone up, on fire. We have sacrificed lives. We played a good role in supporting governments in Southern Africa, in West Africa, in Africa, and other parts of the world. So are we saying that the military itself is not complicit? Because no less a person than General T.Y. Danjuma has said that the military is colluding, is complicit. We have heard security chiefs, some security chiefs, ask Nigerians to defend themselves, which is for me a suggestion that the military and the security agencies are now incapable to deal with the threat that is facing the nation. I know they are complex. I know there are situations that are compounding the fight. But my question to you then is, don't you think that the military itself cannot acquit itself creditably in terms of fighting against this scourge that is tending to consume the nation? That's my question. Thank you.
All right, Ambassador Roy, let's have you react.
Okay, thank you very much for that. If you maybe you missed that part, let me review it again. And I'm happy that this is recorded this thing, so that it will not seem as if one is just using sense knowledge. We have this as strategic implementation going on in Nigeria currently. Now, let me explain again what I said. Number one, the military that I know, which I also mentioned General T.C. Ude. I don't want to mention other officers because I may not have their permission. Even Oga Ude that I'm mentioning his name, I'm just saying it because it cannot be kept. They have tried to embarrass him. That is an officer that early in the morning you are on duty doing night patrol. You will hear this man, because there is an operation we are going the next day. You will hear this man in his house praying, doing night vigil to cover the process so that his men will be safe. Now, the officers that you have in strategic positions are not only military. I'm telling you about strategic offices to ensure governance to the people, to ensure that the people's space are secured. So we talk about the Inspector General of Police, we talk about the DSS, we talked about the CDS, who covers the Army, Navy, and Air Force chiefs. We talked about so many of them. We now said that persons are allocated preference in those agencies like the military, and they are promoted to be chief of army staff and all other persons who have been trained with taxpayers' money have not exhausted their tenure to deploy that training for the benefit of Nigeria, will be unceremoniously kicked out because that person of the political elite preference is made that position. Why not allow officers to get to leadership position as the military tradition is? So right now you see someone that is put there and others are unceremoniously sacked. That's one. Two, in the process of joining the military, the last viral video you saw, people came to Lagos to join from Kaduna State as state EGGs. Go to Nigerian Defense Academy. The recruitment process there, even in Nigerian Military School, NMS Zaria, there are preferenced candidates that must be taken. And they go through this process to hold those spaces for persons in authority that need them there to deploy them to strategic offices and positions to compromise the tradition of the institute that they are supposed to be serving. So as I speak to you, some of them derail. Army housing scheme. The people that were in office to ensure that as you leave the military, you are allocated accommodation, your own house. The monies were diverted, the persons were arrested. That is where you will hear the end of the case. One of them was wheeled in a wheelchair into court martial. That means he has started to take the political line of being sick when you are supposed to be answering accountability. Now, those cases today, we don't hear the end. Let me tell you why. Because the same politicians brought an escape route for crime and corruption, which is plea bargain. So once you are falling into the area where you need to do plea bargain, your case is compromised. So my brother, there are military officers that are compromised, placed in strategic positions, and abusing the tradition of core military expectation today. And that is where we are.
All right. T.Y. Danjuma, I hope that answers your question. T.Y. Danjuma. T.Y. Danjuma, are you there? All right. If you like say no, come on. Let me speak to Friday, then I'll let us go. So I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Hello?
T.Y. Danjuma, I was asking if he has answered your question.
What I get from what he's saying is that it looks like there's been a politicization of the military. That's what I get. But it didn't answer the question where you have corruption in the army, where funds that are meant to procure equipment, for the military to be able to do,
one of their procurement officer, be the guy in charge of procurement, use some of their funds buy house for abroad, like stuffs like that. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Ambassador Roy, would you like to speak to that? I mean, there's been a lot of such accusation where we say money was supposed to be military officers, including even to the level of their daily feeding. So what we hear say their daily upkeep money said you need to reach that amount so that they keep them. And then we also don't hear how it be say inside the army too there is a lot of compromise where it be say the army people follow the tip of the bandits them or the terrorists them. So that one also did. So would you like to speak to that quickly?
I've answered that part. Well, maybe I need to repeat because to get him back, it was a bit difficult. So maybe he was doing something. So every military officer that compromised office will first go through court martial. From court martial is handed over to civil, either the EFCC or any other channel. So if the military has done their court martial and they found you wanting and they hand you over to the civil system after removing your uniform and your status, that matter has left the military.
So you know, concern military. But
They
how
have
about
found
people
you
who be say they never even hand over at all,
after.
sir? I mean, they are orgas in the army. You don't understand. Oga, the former military
I'm
Oga
asking
Patapata
you,
was like,
I'm coming now. It still fall into the judiciary.
eh,
The officer that went to complain that he wants 15 years to go, the judiciary closed the case by mandating the military to reverse that order that you can't leave until you are 15. That same judiciary, where are they when such cases come for humongous amount of money? Were there transfers made? Was there negotiations made? Why did the same judiciary not say that case is not closed? It should be sent from court martial, remove his status as an officer, and let him come to answer to the criminal justice
all right.
system.
Thank you. All right. Hello. Good evening and welcome. Friday, I
Thank
brought you
you.
in. I think you left. Good evening and welcome. Tony Chikudi from UK. You're welcome, sir.
Good evening to Ambassador Roy.
He can hear you.
Yeah. I have some. I just listened to him, and he was saying that he's more or less more Nigerian than some people because of his will I use the word parental background. So my question is this: from what he said, that the most Fulanis they are trying to allow them to be uneducated, some of the people in the north, and then end up as a.
He did not mention most Fulanese. He said the northern issue.
Most
Northern leaders then they complicit by extension or by somehow by connecting because of say the fact say they even deny people from education and say it also cause problem.
Something like that. Sorry that I mistakenly didn't quote it correctly. So sorry for that. So that's the first question. What are they doing now? Is there anything that they can do? Because Jonathan wanted to stop this thing. Is there, and that's what Peter Obi is talking about. And from what he's saying, it shows that since it's a system that some of all these people that he mentioned, they will not allow such a thing to happen. What is there to counter such will I use the word mentality or system? That's one. The second one is this. We keep on hearing about he said he was when he was in the army or something from army. So because I just joined in between. So why is it that in the north when they said they killed so many people, they will say they killed, they bomb and all. We don't see them, but in the south they will always display it for people to see. Or when they arrest, they will display it, but we never see anybody. And then second, and the third one is this: why is it that Nigerian army is allowing the so-called repentant bandits to join the military? The other day, a spokesman for them was talking on the channels and was trying to explain.
Justify that. I mean, we've heard it before. He says some of them they no join because of their will. Say they join against their will, so you must be able to separate them from those who joined willfully. Go ahead, please.
No matter anyhow they join, whether we are will or not on their will, because we still kind of trying to follow the British or the American system of everything. The last thing that America would do is to bring somebody who went and fought the Taliban or whoever or whatever, and then tell them, oh, because you went there, now we can recruit you into our army. They will not do that. It's not done. And why is it that Nigerian military is doing that? And at the end of it, they are having some lapses in the security system. Whether the ones that join are doing it or not, the ones that they are good ones are doing it, we don't know. But why is such a thing ongoing?
Thank you. All right, sir. Would you like to speak to that before we speak to the next person?
The first question was about people not getting
Yes, and what
educated
can we
and
do?
why
Because
is it? I
Jonathan tried to
don't.
stop it by building emergency schools, but it be like saying no help. Peter Obi they talk now saying go do But why do you think what will go fit do to really uh,
Let me answer that again. I think I did. I'm sure we were talking about many things in many things. So he said he
mm,
joined late, so maybe he didn't put it together. So, sir, the first thing that we should look at, are we looking at long-term solution? For short-term solution, it is the judiciary. Create a fast and swift, uncompromised and balanced judicial service. Get a person that killed to answer for murder. Whether you like wear Fulani, you like you be Yoruba, you
mm,
be Igbo, you commit
you face
murder
them?
and it is found that you committed
Mm-hmm.
murder, you should go straight for that penalty. It will serve as a deterrent. Okay? Whether you say you be headsman, you are caught with AK-47, straight away, you carry the dead body, the gun, and the man to the judiciary. The police have finished their work. When the judiciary sentence you, the correctional service take over from there. Once the correctional service take over from there, they make sure you implement that
All right.
penalty. You will begin to see
All right. Then
deterrence.
second,
That's
okay.
number
All
one.
right.
Two, long term, we Nigerians, east, west, north, and south, we voted people into House of Rep. We voted people into Senate. We voted people as governors. We recommended people as vice president, governors, party representatives. Every political party has party stalwarts that are from different tribe, religion, and locality. When it comes to negotiating individual comfort, nobody remembers if it's Hausa, Igbo, Yoruba. Hausa, Igbo, Yoruba men go sit down and do transfer immediately and forget the Hausa, Igbo, and Yoruba victims where they die and they suffer. So the best thing for us, make sure we rally behind appropriate representatives so that from National Assembly to Senate, na stalemate you go just dey see. People go dey say I no gree, I no gree. And that I no gree in the favor of the people, they will stand by it or resign. Not that tomorrow I no gree come be say I no really get the full picture. E be like say government actually know wetin they wan do. E be like say then we no fit check your account, we no fit check your boots whether something don exchange hand. So we need appropriate people for appropriate strategic offices and positions to counter the narrative of criminality and corruption for the benefit of the people
All
that
right.
put
And
them
then
there.
he also did mention that why is it that when they kill a lot of people around the south, the middle belt, especially and the south, you see these bodies, they display the bodies. And if they make arrests in the south too and the middle belt, you see their faces, they parade them, you see their faces. But when they make arrests in the north corners, we don't see them parade them like that. We don't see their faces. And when people die like that in the huge numbers, like we've heard in Borno State, when they see the body them, like we don't see them when them, pile up. So why be say they like that? Now question when you ask me that.
That question was answered when we were talking about investigative journalism. I talked about governors that said federal they intimidate me. But the same governor have the opportunity to interface with the people. And the people saw the bodies. People took pictures. If they didn't take, strategically align people to send you pictures on commission. Get a team that will harvest those pictures from people and settle them. Put it together as a report and let it sneak into the media. You don't need to wait for the government. If they ban this your line, your this thing, set up another one covertly. You can set it from international platforms. You can also negotiate with international bodies and send those information to them, and it will be aired internationally. So when we allow people to constrain us when we are in strategic offices, we're already compromised, because we are looking at something we need tomorrow, and we are not wanting to act aggressively for the
All right.
favor of the people. So if people died in so and so place, nobody saw their bodies. Let me tell you, madam, the DSS, the police, the army, they have Igbo, Yoruba,
Absolutely.
Hausa serving there, they have. In the hierarchy of the military, in strategic offices of intelligence, in military intelligence, we have people there that are from Igbo, Yoruba, and they are also Christians and Muslims mixed up. So why the upper hand of oppressing information to favor a particular place when you have your own people there? That you can see that every Nigeria is compromised and increasing the victimizations of the less opportunity. Tomorrow, somebody will come and say is going to support 10 people to join the military. Those 10 people is going to support to join the military will not be the ones that are qualified from his place, that are legitimately interested to be professional in that service. They will be the ones he wants to put there. He will oil their promotion until he can appoint them in strategic position. Politics is a lifetime. They
But
go from
the person,
councillors
somebody don't ask this question and say, how do we insulate our military and our security agencies from politicians like we have in Sina crimes? How do we even do that?
The best thing is to vote for people into National Assembly and Senate. Let those people review the army order in that governance position and put back power to promote, power to deploy in the hand of the military hierarchy, and insist that anybody that will sit together in the military hierarchy must be composed of all the tribes and the diversity of the country. And if you have that, then your own tribal man is there and he's compromised sitting there. Who do you blame? Because there must be representation of every tribe at the highest of hierarchy and at the highest of decision taking, national decision taking. So if the National Assembly, the Senate cannot review and back up by the judiciary to review all of this constitution, from this regime it goes into the next regime and the next regime, then it will still be in practice. Then an officer will come and tell you, well, according to the Nigerian constitution, the president have the right to appoint a chief of army staff, or so if it cannot be changed, it continues. And you can't tell the army not to deploy that document. That is what they will use. Who
Thank you.
can
Let's
change?
speak to our last caller, Mr. Edwin, and then we'll just call it a day. I know I have kept you here for so long. Hello, good evening, Mr. Edwin, and welcome.
Yeah, Precious, good evening.
Sir, thank you. Welcome.
Yeah. I think what I really wanted to talk about, or the questions I wanted to ask, have really been
addressed. Okay.
partially addressed.
Thank you. So that will not be waste time.
I just want Ambassador Roy to throw more light on one issue that is still bothering me.
And what is that?
From all that has been discussed this evening. The question is, at least I remember the Nigerian security services, military, police, and all others, were the symbol of our unity in Nigeria. Why is it that ethnicity and religion has now permitted the core, the heart of the Nigerian?
But he's just answered this question just now, where he said that you still have people from different ethnic groups and religion in our military till today. That means those of us from these other minority groups or whatever it is, we're compromising, to the other people. He already mentioned it. He already addressed it in this last conversation he had.
Oh, well, I didn't catch it then.
He say we still get Christians and Muslims for every hierarchy of the military. Well, I be not be waiting you talk, sir.
No, Precious, that is not the question I'm asking.
No, he was talking about. Let me come in, sir.
All right, let him respond to you. Sorry.
And even non-believers there. But my question is, why has it become so so rampant? Why has it become so deep to the extent that the security services that were bonded by these by unity, by allegiance to the constitution and all we have, are now becoming divided along religious and tribal lines and even regional lines, because I could see that across board in the Nigerian military, police and everywhere. That's what I want him to address, because he seems to have an insight into what is really on ground, what is happening. By his persistent reference to General Ude, which of course I don't know the man in person, but I read a lot about that man. I just wanted to address that. That's all.
Thank you, sir. All right, sir. Thank you, sir. You will address that, but let me just speak to Mr. I think I have someone in the studio, Chalono. So you address both of them. Mr. Chalono, good evening. I'm done with taking calls, but I just saw you popping, so I just thought to quickly allow you to do a quickie. Good evening, sir.
Well, yeah.
Welcome. Go ahead. Go ahead, please. Kindly make it quick.
Sorry, as I've spoken, I was the first person you actually called.
Okay. All right. So, Ambassador, thank you, sir. All right, so Ambassador Roy, please kindly address Mr. Edwin's position.
Okay. Well, his answer falls on the area I told you about, political terrorism. Now, if I want to do physical terrorism, I will make sure I put boots on ground and give them weapons and help them to intimidate the existing legal security agencies. Now, if I want to go online and do terrorism, it is now called cyber terrorism. Okay? Now, if I want to initiate divisive measures amongst a people that have aligned to divisiveness, get it right. If what you want to use against me, I don't regard it, it won't work, you know. So, but it has been seen that when you say that man will steal that car, may them kill him, everybody will say, yes, kill him. But once you say Ibrahim, now steal the car, another person go say, are you even sure that car was stolen? Because you don't mention Ibrahim. If you say that man will steal that car, we should kill him. You say yes. You say, is that guy Emeka? Another person wey don't carry stone, where they front one go kill him. Go say, Emeka no dey be like that too. Something must have happened. We need to investigate why that car self na be like say na Emeka car. Before you know what's happening, you mention tribe, religion, people begin to align to the suspect, trying to find reasons why they need to intervene on behalf of the suspect because of alignment to tribe or religion. Now, let me ask you a question. The same judiciary that we have in Abuja, if you go there, you see an Igbo judge. You go there, you see a Yoruba judge. You see a Christian judge. You see a Muslim judge. Why is it that those are not platforms where they should decry the use of political terrorism in ethnicity and religion? Why not call a spade at every point in time? I have a lot of relatives that are Fulani. If they know where, some of them are even the ones that are pointing where the criminal elements are. I have friends and relatives that are Igbos. They will never accommodate a criminal Igbo person. If you do it with their eyes, they will report it and stand as a witness. I also have people that are Yoruba. They don't encourage criminality. But an individual cannot sweep the floor if it is a broom. You need a bunch. So in the bunching of a broom to sweep debris is because of collective capacity. And that's why you have the National Assembly. That's why you have all those people sharing brand new tear rubber vehicles in the Senate. And at every point in time, the Senate president will send prayers to their email. Now, the Senate president that is there now, will you say he's Fulani? The president that is there, is he Fulani? The same criminal Fulani people that are caught will still not go through justice because there's negotiation lines always for political advantage. And that is one that we must cut away. And the only people that can start to cut it away is the judiciary. Let them just review cases of the past 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years and call all those cases filed back and begin to penalize. Police will be gingered. They will quickly sit up. Why? Because in the penalty, some policemen will be found wanting. In the penalty, some military personnel will be found wanting because those are the apparatus you use to conceal criminality. EFCC that you see, there was rancor last time for the last EFCC chief about some wherewithals. So the judiciary first stand up, bring out your cane. Then the police will sit up. When you say, Oga, hold this thing, I say, no, I beg go, that judge. When they catch you now, you call my name, I beg, I beg. When the military wants to interface, I know, even as a general, then go disgrace me. Then you will begin to see order. The politicians themselves, when the case go there, you call the judge in the house. He will record the call, and you will hear your call on channels, Arise and NTA the next morning as you wake up, that you are calling him to compromise. So we need the judiciary to be upright. Then we need people voted into the House of Senate and legislation to look at all those bills, the ones that should be reviewed, review them, the ones that will, especially all those ones on immunity, especially all those ones on plea bargain. Take zero tolerance to crime, no matter tribe or religion. Then you look at deployment of people to strategic offices. There must be people that have a history of integrity. You know, there are countries where ordinary violation of traffic can affect you when you want to buy a house. You know, so look at people that have been interested to keep their integrity and put them in certain
So Ambassador Roy, somebody they ask
ensure
the question and say all these points where you don't note now they very okay. But which politician would they enjoy the benefit of the status quo now go won't change this thing and infect these points where they make? That most of them cannot.
let me tell you what I'm praying, what I know can happen. One day, there will be somebody that will play along, get to that seat, and say no. Because of all these our talk, you are not wasting your time, precious. All these people that are burning their data online, that are talking, they are not wasting their
Because
time.
some people feel that it's just an
In
effort in
all of this,
futility. People are tired.
one day, yes, we will continue. If it does not happen in our generation, if rapture does not come, it will still happen. But one day, somebody will get to that seat. I have been placed in positions where I finally say, I know about this thing, it's not happening here. I know about this, it's not happening here. So one day, that person will get to that seat, and that person will say, I am culpable, and it will not continue. I will release my house, release everything, and I will make sure every other person release their own. No more, no more. And it will be no more, no more.
And you really feel that that day would
If
come.
you
One
can
day would
achieve
come
that,
when one person will enjoy something, go talk, saying they do again. You think say that they achievable for Nigeria?
that person will have alliance with all the other tribe and religion. That person will have, if he's Igbo, he will have a core radical Fulani, Hausa, Yoruba that will align with him and say, we agree with you no more. And it will be the end. That time will come. And when it comes, you will see Nigeria as the giant of Africa that it is. That white people used to come to this country to find job. There are times that I've been traumatized, that I will just be thinking, I'll say, this terrorism, what if they go bomb National Assembly? I assure you, if you kill all the corrupt people today, and you don't kill the corruptive tendencies to exist, then a new set will take over. Just like you kill the head of Boko Haram, somebody takes over. Just like armed robbers go rob, they shoot the oga, another person takes over. Because it's a sequence. We already know, say, if this man no succeed again for corruption, or they can't catch him, or he run out of favor, Roy go take over. We go tell Precious may handle NDDC, pump all the money out. Okay, make we give this person aviation. We'll do new airports. From there, we can recover some of the money. Look, strategy is something that I love in my head all the time. And it's the negative empowerment of strategy that our politicians are deploying. And that is
Thank
killing
you.
us.
Thank you so much, Ambassador Roy. I cannot thank you enough. I've taken almost 3 good hours of your time. Your productive time. Now you carry gift to us. As you tell us, your efforts no day in vain. Your reward, you go first to reap am for earth before you reach heaven, go to read the remaining one. I appreciate you big time.
Amen.
Thank you so
Amen.
much. It's been an amazing time speaking with you. We've had such an impactful conversation, and we do hope that some of this talk we don't talk now, we go fit put them in place and also begin to act on them. I the hope say one day we'll reach that level where we go reach the ears of the right people, made and do the right thing about some of these things we don't talk. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining us. I appreciate you. And ladies and gentlemen,
Thank you.
Ambassador.
It's always a pleasure.
Thank you. Ambassador Dr. Ohidebe Oyemen Roy, and security expert, National Secretary of Retired Members of Nigerian Armed Forces. He said, on people, they say, make on no protest. He say, they okay. They say, no, on no protest again. More pack on alone, they go. They say, some of our benefits, they no grip on that. How do you guys manage? How do they manage? Well, let me not spark another conversation. Let me just let you retire. Well done, sir. Thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
All
Yeah.
right. All right. All right, Nigeria. That's the size of our package this evening. I'd like to say a big thank you to everyone who's been part of the show. Thank you for your calls, your contribution, for watching, for your comments. Let's continue to speak for the growth and development of our country. Because just as Ambassador Roy don't talk, we're not going to continue, we're not going to keep quiet. Maybe one day, our talk will spark the right action. And that action will be taken by whoever we empower. Maybe now, maybe later in future, we can't tell. But let's just continue to do the needful. I love you guys. I appreciate you a whole lot. In all of these, protect your mental health though, because wahala need a finish. I shall love on well. You guys know I love you already, right? Mbano. I see you tomorrow again, God willing. Enjoy the rest of your evening. God bless you and good night.